What's up, guys? Let's talk about audio and on this Getaway. You have a really nice, good speaker right here, and then you've got basically essentially just a little tweeter over here. We're going to make this to where both sides can have this big old monumental speaker. Now, this is a cost-cutting thing that they did back in the day, and trust me, there's a lot of cost cuttings that they still do to this day, but not on this level. Now, what we're going to do is have to strip everything off of this first, front and back. And then we're going to take it to my buddy Jason's house and we're going to be doing a cut.
Now, as per usual, I have my buddy Jason here doing all the work while I do all the filming. He's much better at woodworking than I am, not to mention he did the same thing for his Addams family. Now, I know a lot of you are saying that you can just buy a new one for like 30 bucks or something like that, but once again, I am going the cheaper route and just doing it myself. By the end of this series, I will divulge how much money I have in fact saved by not buying new.
Here we are, guys. We're getting closer. Time to install my red Titan rubbers on this. And it's pretty straightforward on how to do that. I don't need to really walk you through how I'm doing this. I mean, I think every rubber for the kit is going to be red. I've done it before on a Getaway and it looked good, so I'm going to continue doing it with this. I've also, as you've noticed, I've got chrome flippers. I have yet to see one with the chrome flippers, and I'm liking the way it looks. I've had plans for this for about a year and a half now. Now I'm gonna go back to work on it and see if I can make this what I had in mind. So this is a lockdown bar receiver decal. Now you pull off the protective material right there, and just discard that, and that gives you a better idea of what that's gonna look like on your lockdown receiver. Now, whenever you order these from TitanPinball.com, you specify what machine, not really what machine, but basically what company, Williams, Bally, Early Williams, whatever, and then you specify how many balls are in that game, and they'll ship you this thing out. And I'm going to show you how to install this thing. So once you have your receiver, you can set this thing down in place to make sure that everything is going to fit accordingly. I've already removed the two leveling screws that are located right here. Those just couldn't get in the way. So I'll remove those. And then I'm laying this down just to make sure everything's going to line up the way I want it to. I have about 1/4 of an inch on each side of two long. So I'm going to cut off 1/4 inch on this side and 1/4 inch on this side right there. Make sure you have it in the correct direction. I usually line it up to the very back portion right here and utilizing the holes that are provided. And then just lay that puppy down. Give it a nice little rub down. And there you have it. And then once you get it installed, you can just put those leveling screws right back in there for your lockdown bar. And there you go, guys. Just a little extra bling bling for you. Just something that looks a little more appealing. And after 2 years, it's finally come to fruition. Now that my rubbers are all on the playfield, it's time to start working on these plastics. Now these have been in the cart and in these bags for 2 years now. So I don't know the extensive work that I'm going to have to do on these yet. These may be good, or I may just get all new plastics. I mean, from the quick looks of it, I'm more than likely going to be getting all new plastics. Or I may just buy replacements for the ones that are real damaged. That might be the cheaper route. But in order to figure all that out, I'm going to have to take all these out one by one and get them all cleaned up and see what we got going on. Here is part of the supercharger. It's been sanded, wet sanded that is, and primered. Still drying. I'm about to start the prime on this one, and then we can get it sanded again, smooth, and do a repaint on the chrome and see how that turns out. Alright. Got the space heater going because it's already pretty cold outside and I want these parts to dry. So I got a pretty fair distance right here, enough to where there is heat heating these things up so they can dry. Currently just have a couple of coats of primer on here. Once these are completely dry, then I'll do a light sanding over these pieces. I mean, maybe a 2000, maybe even a 3000 grit, just to kind of rough it up a little bit, make sure there's no imperfections in or anything like that. I don't see any runs or anything. And then I'm going to do a coat of black. Now, the coat of black is recommended if you plan on doing a chrome paint over it. That's the best way to get your chrome to really shine the way it will, is if you paint over black. If I paint over like this primer, it's just not going to look as good. So I'm going to do a coat of black and then finish up with a coat of the chrome paint finish. Now it's just pretty much the waiting game. So let me show you where I've gotten on cabinetry and stuff like that. So this is all done. I've already got wiring kind of like in place and connected where this is just the cabinet. And this is where the DMD right here. This GI that's been cut is for the back box. Now, this originally connects to the connector that also goes to the playfield and goes to 121 right here. I'm not going to do that this time around. I want to be able to, if necessary, separate the playfield from the cabinet without having to cut these wires. I have a couple of options on how to do this, and I'll show you how I go about doing that later. As far as how the cabinetry looks and everything, I got this, the new Matrix 6 right here. All the wiring is in protections because I can, so why not? Then we go to the front. I still need to get the powder coating done for this, but this is something I've had an idea on for a couple of years now, and I'm finally able to see it in its full fruition on how it interacts with the game and stuff. So that's completely different than what you would normally see on a Getaway. So that should make this one definitely a little more unique with the actual boot. I've seen people do a different knob on there, but mine actually includes a boot. And so I think the cabinet is essentially done. I've got the arcade power supply that's powering the back lights, under lights, and the flipper buttons. Alright, I've got my items back from powder coating. So no longer do I have a solid red door. We're going to do the black door with these portions being red. I've already got this one. Let me get this one. So yeah, that's what that's gonna look like. I'm liking that a lot better. Alright, get that lock in there and we'll get this thing strapped back to the machine. And then I've got my portions for my back box. So now my back box will get all put together with my chrome lifting bar that I've also got. Let's do this.